research. It means I'm an average Joe. I'm just like you. You're just like me. And yet all of these people have put me on such a lofty pedestal when in fact equal should not be in awe of one another, because awe implies inequality. It is therefore an inappropriate reaction to me. And it goes on. So you were not totally unfamiliar with that idea. It made sense to you. So in terms of answering those questions, did you get that far to where you put a number in?
Yeah, I mean, on the first one,
Yes, sir.
I definitely agree with that.
Okay.
So that was like a 10.
Uh-huh.
And the second one, in the current, my religious upbringing, not Catholic, I'm not a recovering Catholic.
I've heard that expression.
I'm a Lutheran, you're close, right?
Yes.
So I would say that's close to a 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was exactly what you had said. You were taught, it never really made sense that you were
Right.
taught you're made in the reflection of God, but yet you're bad and you're
No.
going to go to
So
hell.
you're saying it's, but see the question, maybe, and thank you for that feedback.
Yeah.
It says, how similar is the message presented in this excerpt to your current religious and your spiritual beliefs?
At current, it would be closer to the 9 or 10.
Yeah. So I see why you put the
Yeah.
1 though, and maybe I'll correct that in the future. You see
No,
what I
you've
mean?
got current there.
To make
yeah.
it clear.
I
And what
just
about
go back
that
to my
third
old
one there?
religious training.
Sure. Would you like to read more? Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
You're not a real newbie to this
Right.
whole thing.
Yeah.
How about this second excerpt? You who believe that God's last judgment? Was that cool? What numbers did you give that? About the same?
Yeah, about the same.
Okay. And I like them all. My people will tell you that I like them all. But excerpt 3. Remember how many times you thought you knew all the facts you needed for judgment and how wrong you were? None of us. No. None of you in this room. I don't know who he's talking to. How'd you rate that, my dude? Yeah?
That one's, that's what I love about the Course in Miracles. Sometimes I can read it and I have no idea what I just read. So, to me it just seemed confusing.
Okay.
And I get that we're trying to get to something about letting go of judgment.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And, the Course says you should not judge. It's not because I want to control you. You should not judge because you don't have the skill set to judge. In order to judge fairly, wouldn't you have to know all the facts, past, present, and to come, and to treat everyone fairly, and to see everything? Quite frankly, you probably need to be omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. And then you could make good judgments. I can't even see what's happening at the main house.
that's why I kind of like that one sentence. Therefore lay judgment down, not with regret, but with a sigh of gratitude.
Thank you,
seriously,
God.
give it up.
You've been asking me to do something I was never equipped to do.
And I did poorly.
And yet the world taught me that this was my highest goal, was to make good decisions and do the right thing, Jim. That's great. I thank you for taking us through these. And anybody got any questions or comments before we move on to the quiz? Yes, Ed?
Well, I did them all just to do them,
Yes, sir.
and with every one of them, if I'd have taken this test before I had this Course in Miracles, they would have all been 3 or less, and if I wanted to read more about it, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But now it's 10, 10, and yes.
I love you, man. I think about, because we've been together not even a year.
A little over, well,
Has
almost,
it been a year?
yeah. I was in the last six meetings of your last year's.
Of
meeting,
last year's
and
rotation.
then the whole year this year.
It's beautiful. You think you like the course, just think how much I like the course that I was helping you. I'm deep, man.
Well, I heard you say that you picked up the
It's
book
like
and
you
read it.
plant seeds and then you see them growing up over there. Oh, man. Thank you. I shouldn't take all the credit or any of it, right?
No, I think you should take it all.
Spirit having me do what I should be
You
doing.
told me that you never laid the book down after you picked it up. That's what I wanna do. Keep picking it up.
Excellent, thank you.
I'd like to comment on that. You know, when you read it, you're tempted to put it down. It's because it's confusing you, you know, you're going, oh, I'm confused, it's not doing it for me. Just keep doing it.
Mhm.
Even if you don't agree with it,
Mhm.
keep doing the lessons, keep looking at it. It just gets clearer. I'm reading it again for, you know, after 18 years. This year, to me, it's like it's not, I've never read
Even
it.
deeper, you're getting.
Yeah,
even
I
more.
thought I never read, you know, I'm like, I've never read this.
How'd I miss that?
Then he comes to
Yeah.
class and he even gets it deeper,
Yes.
because we all, the energy of all of us is what does it. It's not us.
No.
But it's
Always
the
been.
energy of all of us and that little bit of knowledge each one, and we all, it all comes together. We don't even have to open our mouths to say it, but all of a sudden it'll come all together on him. Whoa, you know, it's,
Yeah, there's that word
It does
again,
it
to
to
me,
all.
is synchronicity. You remember when we left and we were all here trying to find your purse?
yes, I know.
And we were gonna wait till Dan, and Dan was gonna take you to the domes and all of that. Well, sure enough, Carolyn and Debbie, or whoever,
Yeah.
while we went through those efforts, they came in with her purse that she had left in the kitchen.
I left it on the bench beside me. You know, I didn't get enough sleep last night, and
So-
I've been
so you
drinking
see-
out big time.
If I had taken her, I didn't quite wanna do it because I wanna make sure we got off on time. But you didn't get back on time because Spirit was working with you, with Sam and Karen, Linda.
Yeah.
And then you got back at just the right time to give those guys a chance to take care of it. Now, you'd have to be omnipresent and all of that to manipulate something like that. I don't know about you, but Jim, in his self with the lower S, just floundering around. How much more magnificent
He was
is
calm.
it to work with
He was
a
calm.
teacher like that?
Isn't that what faith is, Jim? It's being,
It is to
yeah,
me.
it is for-
I defer, not because I'm pitiful, but I defer because I'm smart.
Right. Like that.
There is a better teacher. Okay, there is a better decision maker.
Well, I
Let's
like to-
take a look.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Last
Yes.
comment. What I like to say is, don't let the blind one drive.
Okay, now that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Let's go on, let's just finish this up. Let me give you the answers to the review quiz, and then you can tell me how tricky I am. All right? Okay, you